continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
Call Crown Heating and Cooling today. With Crown, estimates are always free. Let them show you how much you can save when you trust the carrier experts at Crown. Call 330-499-4988 or visit them on the web at crowngroupohio.com. Ohio license number 27133.
This is your Drive Time Traffic Update on Canton's Morning News.
And traffic and weather brought to you by Crown Heating and Cooling, family-owned and operated, serving the residential and commercial heating and cooling needs since 1960. Right now, things are moving smoothly on the roadways. We don't see any trouble spots out there, so that is very, very good news, and we hope that it stays that way for you as you're traveling through the area. Just let us know if you see any trouble spots. 330-450-1480.
Canton's severe weather station. Stick with us. Now, the 1480 WHBC AccuWeather forecast.
Cloudy, not as warm today. Maybe a shower, a high of 71. More of the same tonight, low 60. And tomorrow, clouds with a shower and a high of 70. Right now, 57 degrees on your severe weather station, 1480 WHBC. All right, it is a Tuesday morning, this 14th day of May. And, of course, as I had mentioned, we would have Canton Mayor Bill Sherer in studio with us, and we do. And before we start talking about what's important in the world, if you weren't watching on Facebook a few minutes ago, then you missed something you may never see the mayor of Canton do again. That's all I'm going to say. You have to go back and look at the Facebook video later on. But it was epic. It was epic. It included the mayor, myself, and producer Billy. That's it. Morning, Mayor.
Morning, Pam.
How are you?
I'm doing great.
Awesome. So I hear that your neighborhood plan, this one that you have had in your heart for a very long time, was presented to council last night, correct?
Last night was a very, very good night. We did our final presentation for our plan for investing in Canton's neighborhoods one block at a time. We did a sneak peek a couple weeks ago with some local community members, Democrats, Republicans, local pastors, and really wanted input from everybody. But these are exciting times right now.
Yeah, so you've put this all together, and now this is your first step in getting it implemented, right?
That's correct.
Okay.
Correct.
So give us a little idea of where it's all starting.
Well, what we did was we separated the city in 4 quadrants. It's not really so much southeast, northeast, northwest, and we identified four projects for each quadrant of the city and we really got input from everybody. And if the city only had the finances to do 2 projects next year, which 2 would they be? And the consensus was and even getting input from our safety forces, Chief Gabbard, Chief Bennett, that the consensus was if we were going to start on 2 projects, the top project would be the Southeast to tie into the recompete grant we're applying for it, which I believe not the city of Canton's got a very good shot for that. And also Vassar Park. When you talk about neighborhoods that could be on the verge of tipping in the wrong direction, and we just want to start building the engine from there. And these projects could be anywhere from streetscape, decorative lighting, could be new sidewalks, could be planning, new landscaping on the boulevards, on the islands and stuff like that. So I'm really excited about this.
Yeah, because all of those things, even the decorative things like you talk about, boy, that just gives people a lot of motivation and pride, right?
Oh, and there's no doubt about that. And the strength of our city, I've said this 1,000 times, has to be our neighborhoods and the residents that live in those neighborhoods. And and this is a direction that the city really hasn't gone before, instead of concentrating on the core assets of the city. So the next step is going to be, once we implement the plan, we're going to take our show on the road with town halls. And then we're going to look to amend, and I'll use the word amend, the comprehensive plan, because council would have to approve that. Because if somebody took the time to read the comprehensive plan, neighborhoods are mentioned 159 times. And to concentrate strictly on neighborhoods and the residents that live within the city and that live in those neighborhoods. So.
Okay. So as you talk about the town hall meetings, you're going to go to different areas of the city. What kind of things are you looking for?
Well, we're looking for input from the residents of the city of what they think. Mm-hmm. When I talk about reinvesting in Canton's neighborhoods, having a plan is just one aspect. Stepping up our paving program is just part of the plan. Paving every alley in the city of Canton over the first 4 years is just part of the plan. Right now, we have contractors that are cleaning these alleys up that haven't been addressed for decades and decades. And literally, there were people coming out of their houses and hugging the guys working for the contractor cleaning these alleys up.
Yeah.
But that's a good thing.
It is a great thing.
It is a good thing. But it could even be addressing speeding in neighborhoods. For me, speeding in neighborhoods is a quality of life issue. And until we can get our numbers up with our safety forces, specifically Canton PD, I'm going to be a huge proponent on speed tables. And speed tables will get you to slow down. Last night we also approved an additional $500,000 for fighting blight within the city. So currently the city allocated $750,000. With the additional $500,000, we're going to spend $1.2 million on demolitions because that has to be a key component with our neighborhoods.
Yeah, that's a battle, and that is a battle. What about the violence in some neighborhoods? I know that's a concern for a lot of people. They're afraid of things,
And we took a lot of there's a lot of data that's involved in the plan for the neighborhoods, and we took a hard look at getting input from Chief Gabbard about where the highest crime neighborhoods are and taking an aggressive position with fighting blight and reinvesting back in those neighborhoods. And studies have shown in other cities like Philly, PA, that, it didn't solve the problem, but it did help.
Okay. Well, that's a start. That's what you're looking for.
Yeah.
So when you talk about the four different things, when you separated it into four quadrants, what else is there besides, getting in there and cleaning things up and some of the other things that you're looking to do?
Every neighborhood is going to be unique. And in some neighborhoods, safety is a major issue. It's easy for me to say that if we want to start investing in somebody's neighborhood, we could start by paving their street. That's easy for me to say. But once we identify those areas, those targeted areas, it's taking a hard look at, what would be the best fit for that neighborhood and try to build the engine from there. When you talk about Vassar Park and 15th Street, in between Market and Cleveland, I'm very grateful that we still, we have Eric Kempthorne that is willing to reinvest in Canton, build a new car dealership right on Market and Cleveland Avenue and 15th Street. But when you talk about 15th Street, that's a main thoroughfare to Market Avenue, and it's kind of unique because the southern part of 15th Street is Ward 2, Brenda Kimbrough's ward, and the northern part of 15th is Frank Morris's ward, Ward 9. But then you talk about Ridgewood. And you talk about looking at these neighborhoods one block at a time and how we can truly shore up these neighborhoods and start reinvesting back into these neighborhoods.
Yeah, and how different they are. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So what's the next step? What can people expect to see?
The next step is we're going to start planning town hall meetings, and we're going to, be hitting as many neighborhood association meetings as we can because I'm a firm believer in the neighborhood associations. There's 28 neighborhoods if you include the quarry, because the quarry is the city of Canton.
Okay.
And, we still have a lot of neighborhood associations that are very, very strong. COVID kind of decimated a lot of those neighborhood associations. But we're going to try to, hit as many meetings as we possibly can. And the key component to all of this is our new communications director, Christian Turner. We can do all the positive things in the world, but if we can't communicate, it doesn't matter. And I'm really looking forward to getting her started. And she's been on staff for about 4 or 5 weeks now. She's doing a fantastic job, but we're going to do a much, much better job at communicating with the residents. I mean, there's so many different levels of communicating, whether it's economic development, recruiting for our safety forces, or what about all the positive things that the city is going to be doing.
Yeah. And so as you sit here and see this as part of, it was part of your campaign message, how does it feel to see all this coming to fruition?
I'm really excited, ma'am.
Yeah.
I'm really excited. We got a lot of work to do, but everybody is on board, and these are going to be some exciting times. I mean, Canton is still a great town. It really is.
Yeah.
And we're gonna. Not quite sure how long I'm going to do this, but we're going to get some stuff done around here.
We'll shake it up a little bit, right?
There
yeah.
you go.
And what about any reaction from people in the neighborhoods at all?
Yeah, it's been very positive. Yeah. It has. I mean, but we also have to have the ability to listen. Yeah. We need to have the ability to listen to what their concerns are. Yeah. It's one thing, if we can't. Having the ability to communicate is one aspect, but if we can't listen to what the concerns are of the residents, we need to do a much better job of that, and we are going to do a better job. Yeah,
well, in those town hall meetings, that's the perfect spot for it, right?
Yep.
Yep. All right, well, I can't wait. It's exciting times, for sure.
Ready to do the chicken dance, right?
He just gave away the secret. Well, I appreciate you coming in, and you'll have to do this more often, come in person, and it was good to talk to you, sir.
That's great. Thank you, Pam.
Canton's Morning News with Pam Cook.
If you missed one of our guests, get the podcast